Let's get started. I'll just say welcome everybody to the Ayer Library Board of Trustees meeting, Wednesday, May 27th, 2020. This is our first go-round with the virtual meetings, as if that wasn't clear from the first 4 or 5 minutes. But we're going to do our best here to get through this meeting and get some business done. So I will put up the agenda here, and then everybody will have a chance to.
Could I just interrupt for a minute, Tim?
Yep.
If everybody could mute their microphones if they're not speaking, because we're getting some feedback from the microphones.
Okay.
Sharon Solarski just emailed about a meeting getting on.
Is she having trouble?
She just said, do you have a meeting ID yet?
Yes, it was in that email that went out last week.
Yeah, I'll forward her the Zoom.
I could do that right here if you want.
Yeah, can you do that? Do you have her?
I don't have her email address. Do you?
Yeah, well, hold on a sec. It's so it's Sharon Solarski. It's SHSLAR SKY.
Yep.
At AOL.com.
Another one. So it's SHSlarsky at AOL.com.
Yep.
Okay, I just sent that out. And we'll be on the lookout for her so we can let her in.
Okay, so let's see. I think the agenda is pretty wide open. And so I think what I'll do is I'll just make a couple of announcements here at the beginning, just to be aware of the changing calendar. I know we have a town election coming up next Tuesday, June 2nd. And I believe we have a couple of
Tim, can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, do I hear a motion to accept the agenda for this evening's meeting? Uh-oh.
To accept the agenda for the meeting?
Yes. Is that a motion?
That's a motion.
All
I
right.
move.
Is Cindy online? Is she going to take the minutes? Cindy?
I'm right here.
All right. Hey, Cindy, good to see you.
Oh, I thought you meant me.
Second Julie's motion.
Yeah, I dropped some things off today, but you weren't there.
Yes, I was.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yes, I was. I just didn't see you. I was in the back.
All right. Well, I was tempted to eat the cereal, but I didn't open the box. But no, thank you. You do a nice job. I dropped some, not to digress, but I dropped some foodstuffs off, very small amount over at Cindy's kitchen. She does a wonderful job. All right. So, Cindy, you're going to take the minutes, right? Please.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So we've got a motion and seconded to accept the agenda. All those in favor? Aye.
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 All right. Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? All right. Hearing none, it carries unanimously. Thank you. Okay. So I'll turn it back over to Tim then, since we've got the agenda accepted.
Okay. So just a couple of things to mention. Town election next Tuesday, June 2nd. I believe we have a couple of candidates who will be on the ballot for library trustee. And I guess.
Can I just say something, Tim?
Yep. Go ahead.
I voted already in that election. It's just a special election for the state representative seat that's been vacated. And there's two people, a man and a woman, running. But I think the actual town election, which the library trustees will be elected, is later in the month of June.
Can anyone confirm that?
No, Bob, I voted absentee in the election and the library trustees were listed.
Really? The ballot I got, they weren't. Huh. I'll have to check on that.
Well, you're in the precinct where the state rep is being
Yes.
voted on. So maybe that was the issue. I'm not in that precinct, so I just got the ballot for the quote-unquote regular election, or the general, I don't know if it should be called the general election or not.
Is that also June 2nd?
I honestly can't remember. I know we got an email, the town sent out an email about that very recently, but I do not remember the specifics.
All right. See, I thought, I'm sorry, Tim and I just talked, and I thought when I said I had voted, there was only one choice. Well, there's two choices, just the state rep, because the state rep from, I think, Lunenburg took a position. She resigned.
Yeah, I'm thinking you just got a different ballot.
Yeah, maybe I did. Geez, well, I'm glad I knew that, because I want to vote for.
Yeah, okay, on the front of the homepage of the Ayer website, special election, June 2nd, precinct 2, annual election, June 2nd.
Ah, okay. Well, I guess I gotta, geez, thanks a lot. I'm
Sure.
gonna have to either go vote or get that too also. All right, thank you very much.
Okay, so that's June 2nd. I'm sorry, did someone else have a question or a comment? Yep.
Which of our people is running for which spot? Sue, you're running for the 3-year, 2-year?
Sue was running for the I'm sorry. Sue is running for the 3-year and I'm running for the 2-year. This is Sharon.
Hey, Sharon. All right. So Sue
Thank
King
you.
and Sharon Slosky for 2. Geez, I'm gonna have to either go vote or get another special absentee ballot. Jeez. Thank you. Geez, thanks for clearing that up for me, everybody.
Sure.
All right, and then shortly thereafter, we have annual town meeting, which is scheduled for Monday, June 15th. Bob and I were talking about that earlier. I don't have the details of exactly how that's going to happen at this point, but I know it's being worked out. So I will be there in either in virtual reality or in reality, one way or the other, to be able to answer any questions, potential questions about the library and our part of the budget. And I hope to see some of you there as well, whether it's virtual or in person.
Yeah, I'll certainly be there, Tim, to vote, and you know, I'll try to sit within 6 feet or outside of 6 feet of you, and you know, move the question. And I don't know whether it's going to be a traditional town meeting where everybody will be at the high school or not. You know, I don't know whether they'll be able to do it virtually, but you know, I guess we'll have to figure that out later.
Yeah. Any other announcements before we move on to the next item?
Do we have any minutes from before, Cynthia, that we should accept?
That comes later, but I did send them out.
Okay.
Yeah, we have. If you want, we can do the minutes now, or I had them sort of put toward the end of the meeting so we could have time to discuss other items. But Bob, as chair, you have the opportunity to move things around if you like.
Oh, I'm happy. We can wait till they come up. That's all right. I just wanted to make sure we didn't forget them.
Okay. So on the agenda right now, I have a moment for any public comment. I'd like to invite anybody, if anybody has any questions or comments, any member of the public, to you're welcome to make them now. And again, if there are questions about any of the items that we discuss during the meeting, it's at the chair's discretion whether to open up for additional public comment. So I'll leave that to Bob to do. But if there's any comment at the beginning of the meeting, please feel free to step up.
So Laurie Sable's here from the public, I guess. Laurie, is there anything you'd like to say?
I'm actually here from the Friends.
Oh, no, I know that, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know, technically you're not a member of the library board, although I would like you to join at some point. I mean, I don't, is there anybody else here from the public? Anybody want to say anything? I guess not. All right, thank you.
All right, thanks everybody. Okay, so let's jump into the sort of discussion of library operations during this current coronavirus pandemic. I circulated, I mean, we haven't met since January, and the library building has been closed to the public since March 14th, but we have still been doing our best to respond to inquiries from people, whether it's by phone or through Facebook or email, to assist folks with accessing our digital collections. And I think we also have, let me pull this up here, the draft reopening plan, and this is something that Samantha and primarily Samantha has been working on for the last couple of weeks to put together, based on, now that we have information from the governor's office about, their stages, we sort of tied this in with that plan. So it is all, of course, subject to conditions changing, but this is kind of where we're starting, and what what we're hoping to be able to do and continue to do in terms of bringing staff back into the building, which we started to do in a small way this week. And assuming all goes well, we will continue to do that and expand the hours. Right now, folks are coming in for about 4 hours at a time, and working in very small groups of like 3 to 4 people, just so we can keep safely distanced within the building. So I wanted to just throw this open for discussion and see if anybody had any questions about kind of this plan at this point.
I had a lot of questions, but I went reading up. It looks like a lot of it came from, I saw on the American Library Association or something. And there are probably other things that aren't written in there, but I just wanted to make sure. I didn't see hand sanitizer there, and I'm thinking it would be great to actually have some as you come in and as you go out, particularly, and maybe near the desk and the computers.
Yeah.
Actually,
go ahead, Sam.
We do actually have hand sanitizer throughout the whole building, and we do have more on order coming through. I didn't specify it in the plan, but there's a bottle on every desk, and there's Lysol wipes on every desk, and there will be hand sanitizer on anything that we have for public contact.
Yeah. So yeah.
Said cleaning every at the end of every day, but I'm thinking some surfaces like the computers that people are touching, maybe wiping, if you had sanitized wipes after every use, or.
Yes, that comes later. The first 2 stages of the plan are more solid, but unfortunately it means we have no patrons in the building. When we do have patrons in the building, we clean the computers after every use.
Okay.
You wipe down the tables if you see someone had been sitting there, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I'm figuring some of this stuff just wasn't in the writing. Maybe it's too minutia. I see so many of the stores that are open have plexiglass sneeze guards. Is that something that can be done?
Yes, actually, I believe Christina Zoller, who is in this meeting, actually, but her dad offered to build them for us. So we will have them for when we are open to the public.
Wonderful.
Fabulous. One of the other things that I keep reading and hearing is that the virus builds up over time. So I'm thinking staff is going to be more susceptible than patrons. But and some of these small buildings, I'm not sure if the filtration system is good. I'm seeing some air filtration systems online that may not be perfect, that you can buy for, a couple $100, maybe, one per room. Is that anything worth looking into?
I can address that. I've been actually consulting with the town's facilities, director of facilities, Chuck Schultz, about not only, getting additional cleaning and disinfecting products, but also just general supplies, and thinking about ways to, maintain the building and make sure that it is, as safe as it can be for patrons and staff. So we are looking at, a number of potential, disinfecting options and, cleaning options that may allow us to, keep the virus from building up. I think, again, this is, we're learning new things about this virus all the time. My sense of it, the situation now is that it's getting it from surface contact is far less likely than getting it from, just talking to somebody who's infected. So if we, not that we want to minimize, any of these potential vectors for infection, but I want to make sure that we can, clean the surfaces and also make sure we have good, sort of air circulation within the building. And if it turns out that we can, we can get some special filters for the air handling system in the building, yeah, we'll certainly look into that.
Hey, Tim, I've got a more specific question. Are all the staff going to wear plastic or rubberized gloves while they were down there working, handling the books and handling the computers, etc., in addition to masks, which I'm sure they're all wearing anyway?
Yeah, we've left the gloves as more of an option for people. There's sort of mixed messages on gloves, because if the surface of the glove gets contaminated and then you go and do something else with your gloved hand, you're still spreading the virus.
Mm-hmm.
What we're sort of recommending in our plan is that staff will be gloved when they go, for instance, to empty the book drop and handle materials that are just coming back into the library. And so we'll put those materials in quarantine wearing gloves, and then the other work, like computer work, it's going to be for the most part optional. Gloves will be available, but we're not going to require staff to wear them, because again, we have the hand sanitizer, we have plenty of soap and water to wash, for people to wash hands with, and I think that will be potentially even more effective than somebody wearing gloves all the time and thinking that they're protected while they're still spreading the virus all over the place. So.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
I had a few questions. I thought it was a great idea to put the staff into teams, so that you're kind of containing if one person does get sick. That seemed really good. I was wondering if, thinking about parents who are working from home, who are getting their kids on the computer for school, who are making lunch, who are making breakfast, who are working as traditional as they can, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. If the library could be open Wednesday to Saturday instead of Tuesday to Friday, because then I think you'll get much more people who would be able to come on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually something Samantha and I have talked about, as a possibility. Once we start, offering more service and have people in the building, I expect, we'll start getting feedback like that, Julie, from people. And if it turns out that, yeah, we do need to add, some Saturday hours, we can certainly do that. I think, just at least in the first couple of weeks before we start, trying to do curbside delivery or whatever other, service we can offer. Right now we're focused on just getting people back in the building, having people there to actually answer the phones instead of, just having patrons leave messages. But yeah, we're certainly open to adding, changing the schedule and adding Saturday hours if it becomes apparent that there's a demand for that.
So you're going to wait until people ask for Saturdays? I mean, doesn't it sort of seems to me like Saturday is a good time for people who work to go to the library.
I kind of feel like we're asking for it, or Julie's asking for it. Is that,
Okay.
I would agree.
Even if it's just a couple hours. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Hooray.
Yay!
Yay.
Jeez, what a debacle. Anyway, hi everybody. Sorry I screwed up.
Don't feel bad.
Hey, Deborah.
If you went Wednesday to Saturday, that's not even adding an extra day. That's just
Right.
instead of Tuesday to Friday. And it just stands to reason that, parents won't have the additional, maybe two parents will be, it just seems like Saturday is when people get things done. And one of the things that they would be getting done would be going to the library and getting books for their kids or themselves.
But you're talking about only having the library open for a delivery, correct?
In the beginning.
In the beginning, yes.
Right. So it would be somebody driving up, and we don't know the process yet, but somebody driving up and somebody delivering books and somebody picking them up. So nobody's actually in the library.
Correct.
So I don't know. I don't have a problem with doing a few hours on Saturday. I know the guys in the library don't really want to work on Saturday, but
No,
we have to help our.
No, we don't have a problem working on Saturdays. It's this is a draft, and this is what and it's not going to be difficult to add Saturday hours to the schedule. We're starting slow, and we've got staff that were in the building this week for the first time since mid-March, and
but that was strange.
It was a little strange. Strange for those of us that have been in the building in the meantime. It's been dark and cold a lot of the time, and now suddenly the lights are on and there's people in there. So yeah, it's a little strange all around.
Tim, are you thinking you would do Tuesday through Saturday, or keeping the same format but just moving it from Wednesday to Saturday? So it's the same times, but just different days.
I mean, we could, when Sam and I talked about if we had to change hours around, from our regular schedule, one of the things that we seem to have very little business on Thursday nights. So, maybe we don't stay open as late on Thursday, and we take those hours and we put them on Saturday. I don't, again, this is something that we can, we can experiment with a little bit and see how it goes. But I think I'm happy. I think Sam and I would be happy to take a look at the work plan and kind of see how we can add some Saturday hours for for when we potentially kick off the curbside pickup. I mean, that's going to start slowly because it's not something we've done before. So it's a brand new system that we're experimenting with. We're developing, putting together these basically request forms because we're only going to be able to loan out items that we have in the building because, statewide delivery has been shut down since the middle of March. So, it's not going to work very well for people to try to request items, through the library catalog on the computer as they have in the past. So, we're trying to figure out how to make make this process work as smoothly as it can.
May I interject just briefly? I'm
Sure.
sorry.
Yeah.
My husband and I both have Groton Library cards.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went on the Groton website, and what they did was they created a little form, and it's on, as soon as you enter the website, there's the form right there.
Yep.
And it says, do not place a hold on a book
Right.
on the website. Just use this little form that's on the main page of the website. And that would be hard for people to get to. Would have to create the form and put it on the website.
And also I also have gotten books from Groton because I'm still teaching and I've needed books. And I think their system is working perfectly. I've gotten several pickups. You get a 15-minute window, so it's at like the hour, quarter, half, quarter of. It's in a bag with my name on it, on a cart, in a plastic bin. You can call the library and get the books. Because I'm computer savvy, I put it in like I'm putting holds on it, and then I take a picture of it because then I have all the call numbers and everything, and then I email it to them. So those that aren't computer savvy, they could just call in as well. And then once you're on the phone, that person at the desk gives you a time that's open for you to go get those books. So.
Right.
We do have drafts of all those forms that can be put on the website and whatnot for phones and internet and emails and whatever. And in fact, I took most of the form from Groton. So we will be doing it in a very similar way. We just have
you're on top of it already.
Yeah, so we just have to build the internal infrastructure to actually do it. And a lot of it's been, all right, what supplies do we need? What do we need for tags? How do we find it all? So that's been a lot of the last couple of weeks too.
So you'll be putting the forms on the website. Will you be posting anywhere else for the public to know that the forms are there?
We should put it on our website. We hadn't gotten 100% into that. Part of it was getting the people in this week, and then the next step was, all right, where do we go here?
Yeah, we know we need to do a little outreach, and we actually have been working on a draft, sort of a press release to send out to the local papers, and to put out there, on Facebook and wherever else we can get it out, just to let people know that this is what we're trying to do over the next couple of weeks, to let so that folks will know that we're opening up, we're bringing back some of the services in terms of getting actual books in people's hands again.
The town will be thrilled, don't you think? I mean,
yeah.
If I can make a
Actually, what you were saying about Groton and having a little window to pick up sounds great. I looked on this plan, and it said that there would be one pickup window per day for the first week, and then it moves to 2 pickup windows. And I don't know if that would end up with like a line of cars all trying to pick up at the same time rather than staggering it. So I was and then it goes to stage 3, which is June 8th, and it says curbside will continue through stage 3, and then curbsides may lessen as more patrons are allowed in, but it doesn't say how often. So what was your thinking about just having 1 pickup time a day or 2 pickup times a day?
Well, so for the first week, I did 1 pickup times because at that point we still only have 3 people working in the building, and it was more so we could test it out and find the kinks and issues and sort of figure that out. And then we'd expand to 2 windows. Within those 2 windows, you'd have specific times. But the break in between was so we could disinfect everything and reset up for the afternoon crowd. It was sort of to make it so the staff wasn't so overwhelmed and overtaxed, especially when there's not a lot of people in the building.
Oh, okay. So it's a large window with assigned times.
Yes.
Oh, great. Yeah, I didn't get that. So good.
So you can pick your morning and then, okay, yours is 10:30 and someone else's is 12. And
Oh, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. The only thing I would suggest, we should put it on the Town of Ayer's website too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely.
It's going to be like Comcast. You can come between 8 and 12.
Yeah. But we'll give people individual times when we get to that point. It was more, these are your windows. This is the window on which we'll do it. So if morning works better, great. If afternoon works better.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And then stage 3 is probably in a more draft phase than the other two. And that's more based on where's the state at and how many people can we let in the building? Do we still have a lot of curbside? That's why it's a little more vague, because I think it's too far out for any of us to really guess.
Right.
Right.
And I can't, and of course we can't even guarantee it will be, when stage 3 will start.
Right.
Are you sort of maybe anticipating that even after you open the building, that there will still be some people that will just be more comfortable doing curbside, so that way you can accommodate them as well? I think that's excellent.
No,
That's excellent. Maximum flexibility.
Two.
Good job.
No, I
Great.
think we've already learned a lot, and I think we're going to be learning a lot more as this goes on.
So Tim, it only said in phase 1 that the books are being quarantined for 72 hours. Instead of writing it over and over, is that just throughout all stages? Any book or any materials that come in, they're always going to be quarantined for 72 hours?
Yes. It was just, I didn't rewrite it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
And then assuming, and as information changes, obviously we'll either increase the amount of time, or at some point we just won't have to do that anymore.
Okay.
If there were a backup, or if the reference room got full, could you put books somewhere else? I mean, even in a different building if you needed to, like a school?
So our plan at this point is actually, it is staged in the reference room for the moment, and we are going to close off the entire rotunda. So we probably just move those couches out of there and migrate into the hallway. And we did come up with an alternate plan of, if it gets too much, we'll actually shut down the young adult room and take that over as well.
Okay.
And then I know this is way far out, but I was just looking at stage 4. From the teacher and what I've seen for like schooling and whatnot, the crafts scare me a lot. I don't know. I know crafts. Preston's done it when he was little. It's a great opportunity for parents and kids to work together. I'm wondering if it could be more like a sort of make and take. You're not going to want kids to be using scissors, sharing all that kind of stuff, because there's just going to be no way to clean in between.
The thought on those crafts, so before we had shut down, we'd actually pulled most of our crafts that require scissors and glue, and the only ones we really left out were make an origami bunny or things of that, and that's more of what we were thinking of. Okay, you can fold some paper, or like we can disinfect markers and stuff, but it was more of some of our more usual things will start to come back. They might not be exciting, but at least it's familiar.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure you probably had the plan, but I was like, oh my gosh, what a nightmare that could be, like trying to clean all those things.
Thought when we were taking stuff down, we're like, I don't want to clean all those scissors. That looks awful.
Right. Well, Becky, I like your idea of like sending a packet home in a plastic bag, with all the individual parts already.
Yeah, and maybe on the front to say, maybe people don't have certain things. So if it needs scissors, like just say supply lists for at home, would need crayons, markers, whatever it might be. And so then parents will have a better understanding of, okay, I can do this craft at home. I don't have those supplies, or things like that.
And I do know Amy has been working on prototyping some crafts that we could do alongside with our curbside. So you could sign up and go, I have 3 kids, can I have 3 craft kits?
Excellent.
Great.
First, let's figure out the books first, but she's definitely prototyping and planning, and what can she modify to work with that.
Fantastic.
I want
Would be
to.
cool. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt. I just want to be cognizant of the time. We have maybe time for just one more question or comment about the plan at this point, and then I'd like to sort of move on. I know Julie was interested in talking about strategic planning for the library, so I'd like to move on to that next. But any last question or comment about the reopening plan, such as it is?
I have a question.
Opening plans.
One at a time.
Okay, go on.
Who?
No, nobody talks.
Okay.
Yeah, a bunch of people talked at once. I'm not sure who.
Laurie has a question.
Okay.
I didn't see anything about the book sale.
So at this point, before we had shut down, we had closed the book sale to accepting donations. And our plan was to shut the book sale off and not have to deal with that. And then we shut down, so we never actually did that. And I think at this point, we're sort of not going to accept donations because I don't think we can handle that quite yet.
Yeah, we don't.
We
Yeah.
hadn't fully figured out when to reopen and re-accept that. But it is in the plan of, all right, we do want that to come back.
Is there a protocol that other libraries are following for such a thing?
Not that we had found. Before we closed, we were working on a plan. We were working on a sickness pandemic plan. We had never quite finished it. We got shut down before we got to. But there wasn't, we did share, I know Tim was involved in this, and we not a lot of libraries had things. So we're all sort of making it up as we go along.
Yeah, unfortunately, Laura, I don't think we don't have a plan for the book sale for the immediate future. Partly because we don't have anywhere. I mean, people have to come into the building to be able to get access to it, and yeah, and even when we do start allowing people in, I'm not sure that letting people go in there and handle these books is. I mean, we just haven't figured that out yet. So,
Could we think, this is probably more work than you want to consider, but could we think about doing requests for books that might be in the sale room? Like there's going to be a request form for books that are actually housed in the library for loan.
We would have to create some sort of catalog of what's in there.
No,
right?
I'm not suggesting doing that. I'm suggesting somebody might just ask, hey, do you have The Stand by Stephen King? Which,
I mean, they can ask. If we have it in there, they've all been sitting untouched. If someone specifically asked for that, I have no problem doing that. I don't know how much we should advertise that. That might get.
Yeah, I mean, are you suggesting? I mean, we could give them away, but then we have to handle figure out how the transaction would work, and
I wouldn't put it out there.
Yeah, I don't think we can. I don't think we can.
Every place that has these sort of pantry type of things, nobody's, like we had a clothing pantry. It's shut down. We have no plans to reopen that because it's just the whole browsing and the more interaction and stuff. So
the book sale will probably, I would assume, start to reopen, and we start considering it more when we can allow patrons to browse the building.
Right.
But prior to that, I think we have too much infrastructure to build to add to the staff.
I agree on that one.
Yeah.
okay, just so you know, I wasn't suggesting anything that would have contact.
Okay.
Suggesting a contactless thing, but so noted.
All right. Well, if there are other questions, I'm happy to sort of answer those through email or telephone call at
Why
this
don't we move
point.
on to the agenda item then?
What's that?
Why don't we move on to the next agenda?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's talk. One one of the issues that we were talking about before all this happened was a strategic plan for the library. Julie and I have had a couple of conversations about that in the intervening weeks and months since we've been closed. I will say that it's something that I did talk with Michelle Eberly of the Mass Library System. She's one of the library advisors she helps libraries with strategic planning. MLS is essentially recommending that if you are, if you're in the middle of a plan and you're about to wrap it up, that's great. I know they have extended the deadline to December for libraries that are trying to get their plans done this year. But they're not really recommending that if you don't have a plan, they're not recommending that you go ahead right this moment, just because there's so much things are so sort of uncertain and up in the air. It's not to say that we couldn't do aspects of a plan, but it's going to be hard, I think, to certainly to gather people together for any kind of meeting to talk about the library's future. And I mean, we're essentially trying to reinvent the library right now to address the limitations of the pandemic. So I think I guess my general thought on going forward with with data gathering would be more of an informal thing at this point. We're gonna need to try to figure out how to communicate better with with our community if we can't bring them into the building on a regular basis. So and I think we're going to learn as this goes on. We may learn more about what people need, and maybe there's some things that we can offer that we're not offering now. But I guess that's my sort of general take on the situation at the moment in terms of the formal plan. But I guess I want Julie to have a chance to let you all know what she's been thinking, and then we can talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I'd like to hear from Julie also. She and I talked a few times. She had some very interesting ideas. Julie, anything you'd like to say about the strategic plan?
Yeah, well, actually, for those of you who, maybe everybody knows, but a strategic plan is made up of a mission or vision statement, user needs assessment, goals, a brief description of planning methodology, and then it's approved by the Board of Trustees. So I know I'm making that sound simple, and it's not, but I wanted to everyone to know the components of it. I feel like it would be good if we could start working on it little by little. Whether that is having the staff having a discussion about, oh, this is our present mission statement. Do we want to keep this mission statement, or has things changed? It's not to have you want to have a strategic plan, as I understand it, so that you have kind of a vision of the future for the library and how it can best meet the needs of its community, and you can also apply for funds, which is helpful too. Just little things I think that could be done are the one that I mentioned, which is like nailing down a vision or mission statement. You get to pick which one you want to do. Or even if we just say, yeah, the one we have, that's what we want to go with. It works for all, the time that we have now. Another thing we could do is just start a committee, which a committee would have like a couple trustees, a couple staff members, some parents, maybe a teen. They could just start talking about it, which we can do on Zoom. And if this is going to go on for a year and a half, where things open up a little and they close a little and open up a little and close a little, and I'm hoping that's not what happens, but I think the staff will have some extra time to work on it, and I think we're going to have to learn to function this way. I think we could start a committee and have meetings, or we could do a focus group with community members, or staff members could be working on a survey to send out to the town. And a survey sent out to the town now is going to look different than a survey sent out to the town in January. That's true, but that's just where we are. I really don't think we should just sit and wait another year.
Well, if that's the case, then anybody, in the interest of time, because what do we got? 15 minutes left, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to make a motion that we create a committee, and people have to say if they want to be on the committee or not, and then the committee should meet, when they want to. And I nominate Julie as the chair of that committee. But, I think a committee is a great idea. And in the interest of time, let's just start a committee and we'll have a meeting whenever Julie says and come up with some ideas on how to proceed. How does that sound to you, Tim?
That sounds fine to me. If it's a small group, we don't necessarily we don't need to post the meeting or something like that. We can just have some general discussions about ideas on how to move forward.
That's the one good thing about committees. They're small and lean and mean. Wow, what happened here? Anyway, so Julie, do you want to I can make a motion to say let's create a committee, or how do you want to work?
I'd like to see if everybody would like a committee. I don't need to be the chairperson, but I'm happy to be an energizer or the chairperson. I guess we could find out if we want to take the committee. We'll need a committee eventually, I think. Unless the staff is going to do it all. But it seems like, I don't know.
No, it should be a joint venture, I think, with trustees, staff, and community members.
The focus groups generally.
Yeah, I agree with Cindy on that, but I think it's a great idea, Julie. Unfortunately, I guess he suggests volunteers, but if we had a subcommittee of the full board with you as the chair of it to kind of ride roughshod on the whole situation, is to use an old cowboy expression, that would be good. I would second that motion that Deborah made.
Who first did it?
I thought Deborah did.
I can put it in language if you want to put it in the
Yes,
minutes.
please. Yes, please. Need that.
All right. Oh, Lord. I make a motion that we create a committee to start work on the strategic plan. The committee will consist of people who haven't yet volunteered, and the committee chair is Julie. And Julie will announce when the next meeting is, and we will meet via Zoom. Is that too much of a motion?
I'll cut it down to what it needs to be. Thanks.
Somebody needs to second that.
I second Deborah's motion.
Yeah, all right, that's better. Let Becky second. All right, any other discussion? All right, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Any abstentions? Hearing none, so it passes unanimously. Assume everybody voted. I can't really tell on Zoom, but I think they did.
So since that passed, I'd love to be involved if you need help, Julie.
Oh, great. That would be wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, not to put
All right,
people.
was that Sue?
Yes.
Was that Sue said that? Okay, thank you.
Not to put people on the spot right now, but anybody else that'd like to be involved, I think it would be great just to let us all know right now, rather than have to wait till the next Zoom meeting to.
Yes, Julie, I'd help out as well.
Oh,
Becky.
great.
Thank you, Becky.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So would I, Sharon.
Sharon.
Right. Karen, so 4 should be enough, plus that's
You have to say it.
not a majority of the board, so we want to avoid that. Okay, thank you.
And also, if anybody has ideas of, if you want to recommend, a parent or a town member or teenager who, uses the library a lot and would be a good person to be on the committee, let me know.
Okay. I need to also mention that our actual committee, I'm sorry, not the committee, our actual board needs to determine, to have more meetings since we missed out on a whole bunch of them.
Mhm.
And
Take that
How
up
do you-
at the end, but we can talk about it now if you like.
yeah, let's. Do you have any ideas, Bob?
Well, I mean, we haven't met since March, or actually, we missed
January.
January. Yeah, I'm willing to meet as frequently as we think is reasonable. We got the town meeting coming up in June 15th, hopefully, and I'm not sure how that's all going to work. I don't know if we need another meeting before now and then.
Schedule these through Cindy Knox.
What?
Excuse me?
Do we have to schedule additional meetings through Cindy Knox?
Yes, yeah, we'd have to use the same platform. So we'd have to, find a date that, isn't already occupied by like a selectmen's meeting or something like that.
So should she tell us that there are available dates?
Yeah, well, I can work that out with Cindy.
Tim, did
and
it
I
seem like Wednesday nights were open? That they were free from meetings?
I believe so.
Because I know Tuesday's definitely out.
Yeah,
correct?
Tuesdays are not good, but Wednesdays I think tend to be a little quieter.
I'm good with Wednesday if that
All right.
works.
I will. I'll circle back with everybody with some options for a date sometime around the middle of June. If we can do it before the town meeting, would that be preferable, Bob?
I guess it might make sense. I mean, I just don't know what the town meeting is going to look like.
Right.
As whether we'll be physically at the high school and voting or not, but I don't mind doing it.
Okay. Well, I'll find out what's available, and I'll let everybody know, and
So
we
we've
can.
got about 4 more minutes before our hour is up.
Yeah. So let's. Do you want to take a look? Did anybody have any questions about the meeting minutes from our last meeting in January, which were circulated earlier?
Yeah, if you have any corrections to them, just tell me, and then I'm going to try to find out how in the world I get these. Obviously, I'm not sure that I can get them stamped and notarized and all the stuff I've been doing. So I'll have to either talk with Susan Copeland or whatever. But any corrections on the minutes?
I did actually, just where it says strategic plan and it says Tim would like to delay working on it for about a year, blah, 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 blah. I don't know exactly what I said in January, but I think I said something like, it would be really great if we could be working on it little by little rather than waiting a year and then saying, oh,
I'm not seeing where you're looking. Is this the second
page? Where it says, okay, it's the one, it's the second page. It's the second to last paragraph on the second page.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Well, that's what he said. So that's in the minutes.
No, I'm saying after he said that. After he said that, I said something that's not here.
Don't remember. Tell me again what you said?
Well, I don't know exactly what I said, but I said something like, I hoped that we could be working on the strategic plan little by little.
And we are now. So is that really that important?
I don't think that we really need to put it in because we addressed it in this meeting. So is it, I don't know.
Well, I don't need you to rewrite it or anything. I just wanted to mention that
okay, no,
part of the
all I really want to know is if there anything that I misspelled. Is there anything that is flat out wrong?
No.
I can add that if you want. I'll email you. Excuse me. But is there anything else that?
No, I didn't.
I'll email you, Julie.
Okay.
All right, so are we ready for a motion to accept the minutes, or we want to wait?
Ready.
I don't, a small correction.
Let's do it.
Yeah. We got an hour. We got to rush.
All right.
Can I get a?
I'd like to just say one thing, and this is the attorney coming out at me. When we're going back and forth with the emails, that's fine as long as it's just for informational purposes. We can't really.
That's all it is. All it is. I'm just clarifying with Julie what she said. So.
No, Cindy, I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying in the future,
No,
when
but we know that. We know that. We all know that we can't have meetings
Good. I
by
just want
email.
to Not everybody is aware of the open meeting law as you are, but
Well,
thank you.
I think that they are at this point.
Oh, yeah, they are, believe me.
We are.
I motion to accept the minutes.
Thank you.
I second.
All right, all those any further discussion? Hearing that, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? No opposed. Anybody abstain? No abstentions. Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Woo!
All right, anything else we need to discuss?
Yeah, but we only got an hour.
Well, I know. Sorry, Deb, you didn't get right on at the beginning too, so you messed it up.
Well, it will go smoothly. I think it'll go more smoothly next time now that we've hopefully started ironing the kinks out of this process.
All right. So, I mean, seriously, anything else we need to discuss?
I wanted to thank Tim and Samantha for, all their hard work in these uncertain times, and everybody else who's been working during this time.
That's right.
Yeah,
Round of applause. Yay!
Second that, and all the staff down at the town hall, all the employees, all the frontline people, we really recognize a lot of sacrificing by everybody. Thank you all very much. All right, so what we'll do is I'll hear a motion to adjourn. We'll wait for the next meeting. I guess we'll pick a date, sort of the round robin of what's available at the town hall, or with the town hall machines. Is that good for everybody?
Sounds good to me.
I move we adjourn.
I second it. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All right, no abstentions, it carries. Thank you all very much. See you soon.